Welcome to Enviro Close-Up. I am Carl Grossman, speaking to Dave Phillips, Executive Director of a great environmental organization, Earth Island Institute. Welcome, Dave.
Hi, Carl.
Dave, tell us about Earth Island Institute.
Well, Earth Island Institute is a nonprofit organization. We're headquartered here in San Francisco, California, and it was founded by legendary environmentalist David Brower. And many of your viewers may know of David Brower, a lifelong, tireless champion for the planet. David Brower was 27 years executive director of the Sierra Club. After that, he founded a group called Friends of the Earth that's still very active around the world. And after nearly 15 years there, he founded the group Earth Island Institute. And Earth Island Institute, in many ways, was set up to kind of pioneer in the very things that Dave Brower stressed, which was inspiring people, building leaders, finding ways to get good ideas for the protection of the planet going. And so that's what Earth Island has become over the last 2 decades, a place where people can come to innovate, get ideas going for what Dave euphemistically called CPR for the planet, conservation, preservation, and restoration of the Earth. And we have more than 40 projects now that work doing just that around the world, working on marine issues, working on restoration. It's an organization that has made a great difference and has brought a lot of new leaders into the environmental movement.
Let's talk about some of your projects. You have many projects. The International Marine Mammal Project, perhaps.
Well, the International Marine Mammal Project pioneered the work to show that you could actually have tuna caught without killing dolphins. It was the group that pressed the tuna industry for dolphin-safe tuna and has fought ever since. And of course, these things quickly build into other areas, so the issue for dolphin-safe tuna has become a key part of the effort for fair trade instead of free trade, to prevent products from coming into this country that are caught in ways that are harmful to endangered species, against trade institutions like the World Trade Organization. So the Dolphin Project and the International Marine Mammal Project work around the world trying to ensure that our marine biodiversity is not destroyed by fishing techniques such as the purse seine fishery that involves the intentional chase and capture of dolphins to catch the tuna that swim below. It's really a big success story because now if you look on your supermarket shelf, you will see cans of tuna that are marked with a dolphin-safe label. The entire U.S. tuna industry went along with Earth Island Institute's Dolphin Safe campaign, agreed to stop the sale of tuna that was caught by setting nets on dolphins, agreed to worldwide monitoring, and that has spread around the world. It's still not over, but the killing of dolphins has been reduced by more than 99% since that time. And consumers have shown that they can have tuna that is caught in environmentally sustainable ways and sent that kind of signal through the marketplace.
In a breakthrough, the Earth Island Journal came out on kanaf instead of paper. Describe what kanaf is and how other publications can use kanaf instead of paper.
Exactly, Carl. Now, if you remember, Dave Brower pioneered in protecting some of the country's and world's great forests. He was a huge pioneer for protection of the redwoods, the sequoias, Olympic National Park in Alaska. And if you look at what's happened since, there's so much of the forestry and timber industry is predicated on producing paper pulp. And it goes into paper that's most times used once and then thrown away. And it's really an unnecessary destruction of resources. Earth Island Journal, our quarterly publication, became the first magazine in the country to be printed on tree-free paper. Kanaf, which is a bamboo-like product that does not involve any cutting of timber, turns out to be a very suitable paper. And it's got all the attributes necessary for printing of newsprint or magazine paper. And we said, well, why don't we start printing the Earth Island Journal on alternative papers and see if we can convince others to start following that lead. And CNAF has since become more popular. There are other non-tree alternative papers coming out every year. There's certainly more consumer waste, recycled fiber papers, but it takes breaking the mold, and Dave Brower was about doing that, about trying different things, about showing that people could make a difference. We're not a huge organization. We're relatively small compared to many of the organizations around the country, but we have shown that just a few people can make a big difference. A number of the projects of Earth Island have gone on to become their own large organizations and effective ones. Efforts like the Rainforest Action Network started as Earth Island Project, the International Rivers Network, Urban Habitat Program, Sea Turtle Restoration Program, Blue Water Network. These are efforts that have now grown to be larger, nonprofit, volunteer and paid and consumer groups working on their issues around the country, and started at a place called Earth Island Institute.
And there you are, Earth Island Institute in beautiful San Francisco. But basically, you're an international environmental organization. Your activities are going on all over the globe. The Borneo Project, for example.
Exactly. The Borneo Project is a very good example of how nonprofits in this country can help assist in indigenous efforts around the world. In Borneo, they're assisting mapping projects to bring technologies to the developing countries on how they can map their traditional lands, and how through this mapping they can get sovereignty and control of the lands and stop some of the destructive enterprises. A number of our other projects, like the Baikal project, working to save Lake Baikal in the former Soviet Union, one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world, again showed how we could, in the United States, help build grassroots efforts and assist the emerging environmental communities in these countries and help them become more effective. What kind of tools could we bring? Tools in publishing, tools in educating, outreach, and how we could bring those to different places around the world. That's part of also a legacy of Dave Brower is how to get the word out. You know, Dave Brower was a writer. He was a filmmaker, a photographer. He saw that environmentalism wasn't just about lobbying, although that was part of it. It involved telling stories. And Dave was the pioneer of what are called the exhibit format series books, using books and featuring artists like Ansel Adams to tell stories about Yosemite and places that would bring people in and get people involved. And that's one of the key things that Earth Island continues to do.
Dave, a person who would like to get involved with Earth Island Institute, and I don't know of a more important environmental organization to get involved with, how do you do it? You're a grassroots organization. How does a person join up with Earth Island Institute?
Well, thank you, Carl, for your kind words. Probably the best access point, if you have a computer, is the web at www.earthisland.org. And through that, you'll get a sense of the kind of breadth of our activities, what we're doing in different places around the world, how you can get involved, how you can become a member, how you can get on an email list and receive kind of action alerts about some of the key things we're doing, how you can communicate directly with our projects and find out about their work. So that's the best access point. And we're very happy to have people's participation at any level, as a volunteer, as a letter writer, as a member, as someone that just knows about our work and can some way connect in, because it really is not, it's about what we can all do together to protect the planet.
If you'd like a copy of this or any Enviro video program, just visit our website at www.envirovideo.com. I'm Carl Grossman. Thanks for watching.